find the defendant guilty. The deadly narcotic. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
you've got to get a hold of yourself.
Okay.
What's going on in my life with the school board? Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody to this special board meeting of the Woodridge Local School District. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. However, there will be time and opportunity provided for public participation during this meeting as indicated herein. Meeting called to order. Roll call, Mr. Morehouse.
Mrs. Flasco.
Here.
Mrs. Hanson.
Here.
Mrs. Heffernan. Mrs. Heffernan.
Tammy.
Did we say here for him?
Tammy, roll call.
We lost her.
Here.
Oh,
Mr. Leidig.
Here.
Mr. McHugh.
Here. Okay. Would you please rise with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. All right. This brings us to the public participation section of the meeting. The public is invited to comment at this time. Comments can be made to comments at woodridge.k12.oh.us, and they'll be handled as they come in. Next up, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting. Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Hanson.
Aye.
Mr. Leidig.
Aye.
Mrs. Flasco.
Aye.
Mrs. Heffernan.
Aye.
Mr. McHugh.
Aye. We have an agenda, we have a meeting. Therefore, moving right along, we go to the treasurer's report. Mr. Morehouse.
Mr. McHugh, I don't have a big report for you tonight. I just wanted to update everyone. As everyone recall, back in June, we had the opportunity to try and refinance some of our construction bonds. We took some of the higher interest rates that we got, and we were able to refinance them. And this week, we officially received the actual document of the bond. And what this allowed to happen was the fact that we're able to have a cost avoidance. It's a savings, but really what it is a cost avoidance for the taxpayers. Because over the next 30 years, or 26 years now, taxpayers will have to pay $1 million less in their taxes. And we save that by doing interest, or saving on the interest with what we sold in the bonds. So with that, Mr. President, as a representative of taxpayers of the Woodridge Local Schools, I would like to present you with this $1 million check for cost avoidance for our taxpaying citizens.
There we go. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay? And that is my presentation for you this evening.
And there's the big check. Oh my. All right. Very cool. Very, very cool. It was a long journey, but it was, I think, well
Yes.
worth it.
It's like the second time we've done, not on this one.
Right.
We've done the other one.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Morehouse. So then we go to personnel. First up, certificated staff. And-
Second.
Okay. Any question, any comment?
Yeah, Mr. McHugh, these four recommendations are here as we are attempting to reduce class sizes to appropriate levels for our reopening plan.
Okay.
The first is a special education additional intervention specialist. The second and third are additional teachers that will be in place to reduce class size at the elementary school, and these are being paid with Title I funds, federal grant dollars. And item number 4 is the hiring of our small group instructor for the library at the elementary school. We have 2 positions there. This is the second one. She had been in that position last year, and this is the re-up of that contract for her.
Okay.
Okay, so she's not new.
No.
Okay. Any further question? Okay, we have motion and second. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Heffernan.
Aye.
Mrs. Hanson.
Aye.
Mrs. Flasco.
Aye.
Mr. Leidig.
Aye.
Mr. McHugh.
Aye. Takes us to classified staff. We have 2 items there.
I'll second.
Motion and second. Comment?
I would just mention that we are working to fill some openings in our custodial ranks. This is the first of those. You can expect to see a couple more in the next couple of meetings.
Okay. Questions? Roll call.
Mrs. Hanson.
Aye.
Mrs. Flasco.
Aye.
Mrs. Heffernan.
Aye.
Mr. Leidig.
Aye.
Mr. McHugh.
Aye. Okay, takes us to supplementals. There's 2.
Second.
Okay. Comment? Or is this straight up?
Yeah.
Question? Okay, roll call.
Mr. Leidig.
Aye.
Mrs. Hanson.
Aye.
Mrs. Flasco.
Aye.
Mrs. Heffernan.
Aye.
Mr. McHugh.
Aye.
Is this the gym teacher's voice?
I'm sorry, I moved on. Just a second.
Sorry, from the elementary school, what's the gym teacher's name?
That's very close, but they're not the
Oh,
same.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up is the resolution approving an agreement for the property, certain real property for school purposes. I would move that.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any comment?
As you know, the property behind our bus depot back here became for sale recently, and it's 2.6 acres. It came for sale. They contacted us, see if we have an interest, and as everyone knows in our community, we are very short on green space, be it athletic ball fields or just places for children to be. So everyone saw it as a good advantage, and we're able to purchase this through existing inside millage that we have.
Right.
So it's not costing the taxpayers any additional money. We're
Great.
able to get a good rate from Huntington Bank to finance this through our bonds. So it's for $190,000. We negotiated with them and got we feel a fair price considering the market value out there right now.
Sure.
So this is what is being presented to the board this evening.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. McHugh,
Aye.
Mrs. Heffernan,
Aye.
Mrs. Flasco,
Aye.
Mrs. Hanson,
Aye.
Mr. Leidick.
Okay.
I'd just like to give a special shout out to Tom and Wally and to Vinny for helping us with this whole agreement.
Thank you,
Oh, yeah.
Mrs. Heffernan.
It's quick, on the point, and very, very nicely done. Nicely done.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Okay. This takes us to discussion. We have some health department recommendations. I will turn it over to you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. McHugh. As everyone knows, we've spent what seems like an eternity trying to figure out how and when we would reopen our schools for our students and for our community. And about a week ago, we got a clue that the Summit County Health Department was preparing to release guidance to Summit County's public schools and private schools and what have you, related to what they thought we should do regarding the reopening. Having now seen that recommendation, which was released by the Health Commissioner on Monday, it provides several different options for local school districts to consider. And in considering those recommendations, I believe that the plan that you approved last month is our best course of action moving forward. And so, despite the fact that the health department has issued recommendations calling for remote starts or hybrid starts, I would encourage you to consider that, but in the end, to allow us to move forward with our existing plan, which has our K-5 students at the elementary school coming back to school 5 days a week, and also for our secondary students in grades 6 through 12 on the blended model that you had previously approved. We are not disregarding the health department's advice, but we believe that our plan is so well thought out and put together that we can implement it with the safety procedures in place that will mitigate any spread of disease and keep our kids safe. So my recommendation to you tonight would be to allow us to move forward with our existing plan. I am, however, going to ask you for one small deviation from that, and I hope our community can understand. In order to implement this plan with fidelity, we're going to need a little more time. And so I'm asking the board to allow us to move forward, but to delay the start of the school year slightly so that we can make sure that our teachers are properly trained and ready to go on August 31st. That would be a week and a half later than the date that we were scheduled to open school. I'm not asking you to deviate from the plan at all, other than to give us another week and a half to make sure we have everything ready.
Isn't that the date for the 6th district compact anyway?
It is.
I mean,
I'm told after consultation with our partners in the 6th district compact that the majority of our districts in the compact have either already decided or will soon announce a delay of similar length for the start of their schools. I believe Stowe Monroe Falls has already announced. Hudson already was at that date in their schedule, and the other districts are considering the same. I believe Kent was already there as well. This delay is necessary for a number of reasons. The biggest is that we now have about 31% of our parents that have selected option B. Option B is the online virtual academy. Because of that, we are going to have to move a number of teachers into that virtual academy structure and then shuffle the students around in option A to make sure that our class sizes are small enough. We also have need to redeploy Chromebooks. Mr. Unangst has purchased additional Chromebooks. We have a replacement cycle and a way that we do that to bring those new computers online. And we're going to need parents to be able to come in and pick those up for those kids that are going to need those prior to the start of school. And a whole host of other contractual reasons with our teachers union that will require some additional days of training moving forward. So what I'm asking you tonight is to allow us to work our plan, but to allow us to delay the start of school for students until August 31st. That is a Monday.
Can I move?
Any comments or questions? Do we want to go
I made
ahead?
a motion to accept this recommendation.
That
I'd
would
like
be-
to make, have we got a motion in a second?
Marilyn made a motion to accept Mr. Davis's recommendation that we go with the original plan and push back the start till August 31st.
Okay, we're doing them both at the same time.
It's correct?
Yeah.
Was that your motion? That was the motion. We do need a second.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay.
Are we gonna have discussion open to the people that are?
Are there any
online?
comments that we need to
Or no?
address?
I have none.
I'd like to make one comment.
Okay.
Tell her to
I'd like-
speak loud.
Try to speak louder.
Okay, I would like to thank all of the people who sent us emails and thank all the positive comments they made. They know how hard we are working on this. I don't think they know what a hard decision this was, given all the information from all the various places. I'd like to personally thank Wally for all the time he's done. I'd like to thank all my fellow board members. And the only disappointing thing, and I have to say this, is that many people threatened to not vote for the levy if we did not vote a certain way. And I really hope that was just out of frustration, because this, all we care about is the safety of our kids. That is the bottom line. This has nothing to do with the levy or anything else. But again, I thank you all for your support, and I hope the parents are pleased with our decision.
I hope so too. I think we have back when we agreed to it, I think we had a solid plan. We had the CDC behind us, we had the state behind us, and in fact, Summit County did approve our plan when we came up with it. It's solid, it's contingent. I think it's the best option we have and the safest option we have. And I thank you, Wally, and the work you and your staff did.
Thank you.
I'd like to just read this. This is from the state of Ohio. It's an update I get daily at work. And this was on Friday, before I left, late in the day it comes through. And it says, Ohio's positivity rate, which is an indicator of percentages of people who have tested positive for COVID-19, has been below 6%. That's Ohio. And we got a notice today from a father who was quoting at Children's Hospital. Children is 3.1% or less of getting COVID, being positive at hospital. He also indicated that none of those kids, I would assume around Summit County, had been admitted to the ICU, the pediatric ICU, and were released within a day and a half, because there are 24 hours. I think that's a big indication that our kids are going to be safe. And then I brought this picture, which shows only 11 counties in Ohio are red. none are purple, and the rest are orange and yellow. And we're surrounded, except for Cuyahoga County and Medina County, of all orange and yellow. So, for what it's worth, I think it's worth a lot.
Okay.
I'd like to also add to my statement, not only keeping your kids safe, but keeping our teachers, our admin,
Yes.
all
Oh,
of
yeah.
our employees safe.
The whole staff.
Everyone, not just the kids. We want you all to be safe.
Mr. McHugh, I have two, actually three now, comments from the public. Is it okay if I address those?
Sure.
The first is a question regarding kindergarten and the start date for all students. This particular parent is asking if kindergarten screening dates will remain the same. I'm going to have to get back to this parent on that with this action tonight, assuming you approve it. Mrs. Harrington and I will have to relook at those dates and make sure that they are the same. My guess is that they will remain as planned.
Okay.
Another parent is asking if we can still ensure 6-foot physical distancing at the elementary. Yes, we can.
Yep.
With the vast majority of parents choosing option B, being elementary parents, that's going to further reduce the class sizes at the elementary school.
And actually, we have brought in 3 more classrooms, right?
Yeah, and we've actually, as you said, we've added additional teachers at the elementary school in order to accommodate that. We did consider going hybrid at the elementary school, but we really don't see any reason to, because of the reduced class size we're able to maintain with the 6-foot distancing. Some districts have shifted their levels so that remote learning begins if the county moves to red versus purple. Our plan remains that we would go to remote learning if we are purple, but not red. Another that just came in, and I can't do all of these tonight. I did just get a text from Mrs. Harrington that kindergarten screening will remain as planned. So that's
Thank
good.
you, Mrs. Harrington.
That's very
Technology
quick.
works.
Thank you, Beth, for that.
On point.
We're going to be able to maintain physical distancing in the hallways. Things will be fine. And, you know, how will we handle flu season? I mean, good Lord, if I could answer that. We have guidance from Summit County Public Health. We have guidance from Akron Children's Hospital. We have a contract with Akron Children's School Nursing Services. They're going to be handling all of the issues related to student illness when and if that occurs. Let's hope that it doesn't. And we have some documents that we're going to be posting on our website that will give parents some indication as to how the school nursing services will be able to handle that. I can't tell you average class sizes yet, but I do know that they're down in the mid to lower teens in the elementary school.
They
So
were planned on less than 20. weren't
yeah, they were
Yeah.
originally they were at 20, and that was with everybody in. So now we're looking at 15-ish, something like that. But again, I can't give you an exact number until we have everything lined up. And we have a couple of other emails here just thanking the board and me for this recommendation, so I appreciate that.
Well, hang on, we still have to vote yet.
Yeah, it has not yet passed. I have one parent who's asking that if we delay the start of school till the 31st, will we change the whole district calendar? The answer to that is no. We will delay the start, but we will not adjust the calendar the other way. We'll make do with that time in the middle.
Class sizes, we can make up the work with the kids in the elementary school.
Oh, it's ideal. It's just ideal. Mr. McHugh, that's all right now.
Okay. Without any more comment, question, I will call for a vote. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Hanson,
Aye.
Mrs. Heffernan,
Happily, aye.
Yes,
Mrs.
I
Flasco,
Aye.
Mr. Leidig, Mr. McHugh.
Aye. We're a go. We're going to start.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm so glad we went that way. Really
Well,
made my
that
life-
takes us to the more exciting part of the meeting, a motion to adjourn.
I move.
I'll move.
All right.
Having
We have a motion and a second.
Second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Heffernan,
Aye.
Mrs. Hanson,
Aye.
Mrs. Flasco,
Aye.
Mr. Leidig, Mr. McHugh.
Aye. We are adjourned.
Have a good
Have a
night,
great rest
everybody.
of your
Thanks,
vacation.
Tammy.
Yep.
Enjoy yourself.